Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Princess of Cups. I love this card. This is the fish in the percolator, right? This is an appreciation of the uncanny, appreciation of the unexpected. This is us really looking for novelty. You know, this is us wanting to feel something new. This is us wanting to take any old dream that we have and start doing something with it. You know, I think that you're somebody with a tremendous imagination. Like wild imagination. You probably have a book or a journal with just ideas, not even ideas, but just images, created things. I think that you probably even have like written short stories, or you develop characters or something like this. But I just feel like it's all over the place in some ways. It might be kind of random. It might just be a description of something, right? And there's no connection with anything. It's just a description of a place or a person or a character or an event. You have such a vivid imagination, and you probably dream in Technicolor. You know, I think you're probably a great candidate for lucid dreaming. If you don't already do that, I think you're a great candidate. But with this card, I feel as if now we're kind of like we want to do something in our physical life. You know. We don't want to have to separate our imagination, our dream world, our internal, you know, very vivid and colorful world inside. We don't want to separate that from what we're doing out here. Okay, so we're trying really to manifest a dream here, or to have there be a little bit more perception or awareness or creation of the magic around us to correspond with what we feel and what we see and what we experience inside. Okay, so we think of the fish in the percolator, we think of the uncanny, we think of the novelty. You want to start noticing those, and I think that synchronicity has a lot to do with that. And maybe there's some things kind of blocked or cut off a little bit in that sense, because you have that vivid imagination, but I wonder if we don't really experience the synchronicity outside. It's like there's a wall between inside and outside. Right? Let's see what we're doing with this imagination, with this dream life. Five of Pentacles. We're looking for very imaginative and creative ways to change the world, to change our lives, right? To change the environment around us, right? To fix a problem. If we see that something's not exactly the way we want it to, we're trying to find a way to be creative and to use our imagination in this very colorful world inside to create a world that's a little bit more fantastic, right? And I mean that like, that's a chosen word, fantastic. You know, full of fantasy, full of wonder, full of magic, right? One that more accurately reflects kind of who you are on the inside, you know? And I think that we do that in a lot of ways. Sometimes we can project our internal creativity onto the world around us. You know, a walk through the neighborhood is not just a walk through the neighborhood. It's a quest. It's an adventure right into this mysterious land. I mean, it can be so much more than what it just might appear literally to our senses, right? The Five of Pentacles, I feel like is a little bit of things shifting around in your life. Okay, I think that your environment is starting to take on a different feeling, a different meaning to you right now. Yeah. And so I think there are a lot of changes that you're trying to implement. I think that you're trying to have a more broad experience of your life, right? To incorporate more of kind of who you are. We're trying to maybe lift the veil between the real and the unreal, right? Or the appearances of things and then what's really going on in here. We're trying to bring it all together in a way and not let it be separated. Okay, well, let's keep going. Let's see if we can get a few extra details. There's the Ace of Wands. I feel like you're ready for that new adventure, right? You're ready to kind of do something new in life, something that's going to give you more of this sense of magic and creativity and self-expression. I think is probably a big part of this. Okay, you're ready to do it, and the Ace of Wands is that kind of that impulse. It's taking that initiative, right? It's the focused creative energy that can change yourself, change you, change your environment, change the world. Five of Pentacles is all about change. Physically changing what's around you, or what you are, right? Your physical being, but also the environment around you. Moving things around, redecorating the house, so to speak. Okay. And the Ace of Wands is very powerful energy. The Three of Pentacles is very good. I think that maybe this is something that you've sort of started before, and maybe I don't know if there was a pause in something, or if we started doing something, but then we realized that it was missing something. It was missing that magic, right? And so it could be that we are really almost redoing it. Okay, the Three of Pentacles is something that's already started, right? Oh, guess what just fell out? My sleeve knocked over the next card, which just happens to be the Empress. So we'll go ahead and lay the Empress down there. We'll talk about that card in just a second. But the Three of Pentacles, I think is really the potential for the success in your life, for the creation of really, positive things, meaningful things, lucrative things, rewarding things, prosperous, abundant things of a physical nature, right? But I think that you were doing this. You're in this process. And then, of course, we get that Princess of Cups and we just think it's missing something. That we could see this all the way through from a 3 all the way to a 10, and it can manifest and it can crystallize. But if, as it is, it would be missing that sparkle. It'd be missing that novelty. It'd be missing that mystery, that magic, that creativity. So I kind of think we're going back to the square one, sort of, back to the drawing board almost of something, so that you can do it kind of the right way. Yeah. And this might be a work thing. It might be your creative projects. It might be the idea of life itself, the idea of your path in life. It might be in terms of our relationships, or a particular relationship, right? That we're kind of like, we're pedaling backwards. We're going to go back to the beginning. We're saying, okay, I'm going to start again, but this time I'm going to do it with my own creativity. This time it's going to be the manifestation of your dream, right? Rather than just something, I think, that's purely utilitarian, practical, and pragmatic kind of efforts here. No. Now it needs that water energy. It needs that dream in it. Otherwise, it's not worth doing this. Yeah. And of course, we have that Empress up at the top, which is that ideal life. That is that paradise. Okay. Obviously, a connection with the mother or maternal energy is here with that Empress card. And I feel that because this is at the top, that it might really be something that's on your mind lately, is your relationship with that mother energy, right? The maternal energy that kind of helped raise you, like whatever that is. Doesn't have to be gender specific. But I feel that it's kind of an important thing for you right now. Okay. This card also is talking about creating that perfect environment, one that is magic, one that is just paradise, heaven on earth, right? Because you could easily go the horizontal route in the Three of Pentacles, and we keep working on it with the 5. We get the 10 of Pentacles. It's very earthy. It's very practical. It's very kind of utilitarian. But what we kind of want to do is go up. We want to go this way. You want to tap into your spiritual energy, your creativity, your imagination, and create that world that really, really does mean something for you. And this isn't just creating the world. This is living that world. And the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. This is that kind of ideal paradise. You know, this is not just a walk through the park. You're walking through a magical fairy land, right? And it's full of mystery and wonder and you know, a little bit of danger too, right? It's got everything that you would want. And this is kind of at the top. I feel like this is the perfect thing that you're trying to create. But I do feel like there's something going on with Mom too. But let's look at a couple more cards. We got now the Knight of Pentacles, which is you looking into the future. Okay? This is you looking at your future self. Who are you? Where are you? What are you doing? Right? What kind of life are you living? And I think when we go through the path horizontally with this Three of Pentacles, the one option is, and you can see the end of that. We don't need to take this 5 all the way to a 10 because you can already see how it's going to turn out. Unless we make a change now, you know what this is going to be. It seems very predictable, right? A 3, a 5, 7, 9, 10 of Pentacles, and that's it. And it's a predictable outcome. I think you're looking for something a little bit less predictable, a little bit more novel, a little bit more magical, like I keep saying, right? A little bit more of an expression of yourself, of your dreams, right? This, I don't know that this is a dream, right? This might be the path that's kind of driven over your dreams, so to speak, right? If the Princess of Cups is your dreams, this is us kind of maybe, you know, galloping right over your dream into a future that is very predictable. The Knight of Pentacles says, I can see who I'm going to be, where I'm going to be, and what I'm going to be doing down the road. Maybe that's why it's stopped. Maybe that's saying, I don't need to finish this path because I know how it's going to end, and I know how I'd feel about that. So I feel like we're kind of at that, almost at a crossroads right now. It's almost this point where we say, okay, I'm going to go back, I'm going to start over, I'm going to do this right. I'm going to create the life, and I'm going to follow the path in life that really does mean something to me, that is an expression of myself, that is full of magic and mystery and wonder and fantasy and all these things. All right. I think this is, I mean, it's a huge contrast between this purely earth energy this way, and of course we've got fire and water and major arcana going that way. Okay. So we're not, you can see the end of the horizontal path, and I think it's kind of, you're putting on the brakes because you're saying, I don't need to go all the way through to the end because I already know what it's going to be. And I think we want something else, something different, right? We want something that's closer to our heart's desire. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. It's going to go right here, Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, right there on top of that card. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us our confirmation. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free, and it really does support the channel. This channel is supported by viewers like you, and I really appreciate that. Let's look at the general energy now. Path of the Serpent. 9 of Cups. Yeah. So you're on a different path now. I think you can see, I think that's why the Knight of Pentacles is not moving. All the other knights are moving, not this one. This one has stopped in its tracks to look ahead at the finish line and say, I don't want to. That's not, wait a minute. You know? And so we're switching into this 9 of Cups. This is a life that is way more satisfying for you. I think something truly amazing is about to happen in your life. And it really is this switch from this purely kind of, I don't know if you want to call it utilitarian, or this very predictable, practical life, very terrestrial life, to now something that is more spiritual, more meaningful. And I think it really is a blending of both that gives us our Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is the happiness that keeps on happening, the dream that keeps on dreaming, the life that keeps on living. This is the pursuit of happiness. This is the following of your bliss, following of your dream, right? This is a life that is physically and financially abundant, mentally, emotionally satisfying, spiritually, creatively fulfilling. It's the complete package, right? It's the perfect life, right? It's the living of that perfect life, okay? And I think this is where we are making that big transition, that big shift. And I think it's a blending of both. It's not like we are abandoning the financial, let's say, or practical life or the creative life. We're kind of doing a blending of both. We're mixing it up here with all the elements. We got the Five of Pentacles. We're painting in a lot of different colors now. So you've got all the elements here, right? All the elements are represented in this particular card. So I think we're blending together both the practical, financial, life, the physical, earthly life, but also the mental, emotional, and the creative life. Everything needs to be in the mix. Everything needs to be expressed and given the proper amount of attention and energy for manifestation. Okay? And that goes back to that Princess of Cups. In a very simple way, the Princess of Cups is saying, I feel something and I want to act on that feeling. Right? It's directly from our heart to our hands. I feel something, I'm going to act on it. I have this emotion, I'm going to manifest, it's going to come through my behavior, I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to give it a form. Yeah. I'm going to make it something tangible, something real. So we're blending together the emotional and the very practical lives. And I think that's a big component of our best life, our happiest life, And too, with the Empress energy, I feel like this is that kind of life that we are really trying to manifest, right? This is the ideal life. It's a very magical, a very spiritual, a very emotional kind of existence, but it's very practical and abundant and satisfying and on the terrestrial plane too. It's kind of the blending of all worlds, right? This is also a card here that maybe, and I hope I'm not crossing a line here. I hesitate to say it, but I get the feeling that maybe you've felt a little bit lonely, right? And maybe that's too strong of a word. I kind of feel as if you are longing for deeper connections. And not only with people, but a deeper connection with your work, with your activities, with what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's the fact that you don't feel strongly or deeply or intimately connected with it. Okay? You could be doing anything. You could be doing the same thing, but you could be connected to it. So I think it's that connection that we really want. Yeah. As part of our best life, a part of our Nine of Cups in the environment, we got a Ten of Pentacles, which happens to be exactly what the Knight of Pentacles looks at. If you're familiar with this channel, you know that whenever I see the Knight of Pentacles, I always say this is the card, this is the energy that has that vision of the future, can see who you are, where you are, and what you're doing down the road, long-term goals. What they are looking at is, of course, the Ten of Pentacles. Looking at the final outcome of all of this effort, right? And so the Knight of Pentacles is looking at that 10 and thinking, yeah, I know I can be, let's say, financially successful. I don't need to get there to know that's where this is going. Very predictable. But it's missing something. See, this is financially abundant too, the Empress. But the Empress has love. The Empress has beauty. The Empress has meaning and creativity and dreams. This is just earth energy, okay? Now, it's not to say that the Ten of Pentacles is bad. I think in this case, it's representing just the vessel of life that doesn't contain the life in it, okay? Because sometimes every card has light and shadow, And the Ten of Pentacles is the vessel of the best life. This is usually the card. This is your ideal life out there, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles, and all pentacles really, contain the other elements. The water, the fire, the air. Everything should be in here. Should be. Isn't always. So you're looking forward at a life, this predictable future, and you're thinking, it's going to be maybe a little bit empty. Maybe a little bit lonely. Maybe successful, sure, in some ways, but it's not going to be satisfying like that Nine of Cups. That's the Nine of Cups is the water that we want to be in these vessels. Okay? This is just the container of the real meaning of life. So you're looking at this and you're thinking, this is going to be too predictable. This is not going to be the outcome that I want if it doesn't have this vertical component. And of course that, the horizontal and the vertical together give us the 9. Okay. What is the obstacle to some of this? Momentum, I think, is the obstacle. The obstacle is momentum. Because we've got the Prince of Wands. It's very consistent energy. It's an object in motion stays in motion until acted upon by some other force. So I feel like it's this Knight of Pentacles that's trying to kind of maybe just not put the brakes on something, but trying to steer the ship. I'm trying to steer a tanker here, right? And we're trying to go up this way and take this new kind of expression of ourselves, a new direction in some ways, right? But the idea here is that we've kept going, and maybe the Prince of Wands is saying, oh, I've already come this far, why would I turn back now? And maybe it's not so much about turning back or stopping, but about just incorporating all these more meaningful things. The Ace of Wands, you're conscious of a different desire in yourself. You're aware that you want something other than just these two. Right? So it's not about trying to stop the momentum, but perhaps to just redirect it towards a path that has this new awareness, these new desires incorporated into it. Making those changes. See, this is the changing of it's not about stopping. The 5 of Pentacles is not a 4 of Pentacles. It's a 5. It's movement. So we're not stopped. I think your future vision has kind of stopped to say, I know this is predictable, so we've got to do something here. We got to make some sort of changes, which implies movement. There's no stopping, there's no stagnation. Let's use the momentum we already have and just incorporate this new awareness, because I feel that you are becoming increasingly aware of things that you want in life, things that you could have, goals that you have, desires that you have, love that you have, creativity, imagination that you want to have and express and experience. You're becoming increasingly aware of that. See what our final outcome is here. Princess of Pentacles. Now, the Princess of Pentacles is another card in the suit of Pentacles or discs that contains every other card. The Princess or Page of Pentacles literally contains every other tarot card. Everything else is in here. Okay, this is why this card is on the cover of the Thoth Tarot deck. When you buy it, this is the card that's on the cover, right? That card contains everything. More so than even this. More so than the Ten of Pentacles. So the Princess of Pentacles here really is the outcome that we want. This is now the physical manifestation, the practical, real, tangible manifestation of all of the energies that we were talking about here. This is the aspiration. This is what we want. This is what we're aspiring to, what we're hoping for, what we're looking up at. Right? The more abstract idea, the spiritual idea. Right? This is the same card now, but in life. Really here for you to engage with. Okay? Very, very nice. Let's look at the mystery card. Let's look at the mystery card. Obviously, I want some water energy, right? Got to have the water because we started with water. But where's the rest of it? We got it here. I think we need a little bit more. We need a little bit more. We've got quite a bit of earth energies. We've got our Major arcana, front and center. We've got really a lot of earth energies. We've got our fire. I think we just need a little bit more water here. I'm knocking all these cards. Well, these cards, maybe they want to come out. There's water. And there's the Fool. Perfect, right? Those cards were just asking to be revealed. Ace of Cups and the Fool. Beginning that new adventure of love, of finding. And that's what I think with the ace, right? 2 aces now. I think this is what you're becoming increasingly aware of. How you want to experience love and affection and devotion and beauty and joy and pleasure in your life. And that's part of the Princess of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles is trying to figure out what that means and how to manifest it, how to materialize it, how to give it form, right? And this, the ace here, this is not just romantic love. It is romantic love. It's also platonic love. It's self-love. It's spiritual love. It's beauty. It's joy. It's pleasure. This is the source of all of that. Because from this Ace of Cups flow out all of these rivers of love to every area of our lives. It's really what's filling up the 9 of Cups. Okay? So this is what it's all about. And the Fool really is the freedom for you to do this. The Fool is kind of just, is saying that you're not chained to this horizontal path of earth, earth, earth. You're not chained to this path. The Fool can transcend this. The Fool can hop, skip, and jump and dance all over this as much as it wants. You can have your cake and eat it too. You can have the best of both worlds. You can be the wise fool, the holy fool, you know? And it's kind of, I think, a common motif. Someone that, you know, you have this, let's say in a movie or literature or something like that, in the story, in the myth, someone has this very, very successful job. They abandon it to just go be an ascetic or a wanderer in life. You know, and everybody at their jobs thought they're just an idiot, right? That person's so foolish. How do they leave all of this to go, what? Go live in the woods, be a hermit, right? Or dance around in the forest. I'm not saying that you have to leave your job or anything to do that, but I'm saying this is you giving yourself permission to do that. Okay. Now mystery card. Now we got those out of the way. I'm glad these jumped out of the pack for us. Mystery card is going to be more water. More water. Got the aces, 2 or 3 of cups. How about that? Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Got the 2 of cups. This is you finding those things on a one-on-one basis, having that connection, connecting with all of these different things. That really, you're connecting with each one of these cups individually, right? And you're strengthening that bond. It's your romantic. This is an encounter with a romantic partner, with a platonic, you know, friend, with yourself, right? Self-love and divine love. It's through these individual, on a case-by-case, one-by-one, particular experience, connection, out of which comes, of course, the winged lion, your courage, your creativity, your bravery, right? Your magic. All of that is born out of these individual connections with life experiences, other point events in life. It's the interaction between you and one other thing that creates the magic, the courage, the bravery, the creativity. Okay? And that's why the winged lion and the caduceus is coming out from that union. Okay? And we think of like, well, I just, you know, I want all that love. I want to experience all of that. Okay, that's good. It's me and it's the rest of the universe. And we're going to get together, right? But it happens on an individual one-on-one basis. You know, this is that one experience, that one moment of connecting with your pet, your plant, your person, a group of people, maybe. It's just those individual moments in life. Each moment is a 2 of cups. Think about that. This is beautiful. You got the best reading here. I really love it. We're going to do an extended reading too if you want to stick around. There's a link up top. There is one down below. New readings for Gemini, Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free and it doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.